bills.
Yes, today I rise to present 1534, the Used Vehicle Fair Pricing Act, which improves disclosure and transparency in a very stressful buying situation by requiring that used car vehicles have a sticker indicating the fair market value of the vehicle. The Department of Motor Vehicle and judicial branches have projected reasonably low costs for monitoring and enforcement of the bill. I would like to speak briefly to some of the other fiscal aspects of the bill. The opposition has made claims that this bill will cost the state $35 million in lost sales tax. I'd like to point out that the other way that would happen, I would like to point out that the only way that would happen is if the bill caused every buy here, pay here dealer to close up shop and stop selling cars. It is hyperbole, and I think that this bill is going to it's not going to put anyone out of business. The California Board of Equalization consistently lists many unscrupulous auto dealers on their top 500 tax delinquencies. Some of these individuals collected millions of dollars in sales tax from consumers and have not paid the state. This industry self-reports that 1/3 of their loans that are produced default. In that case, the consumer is more likely to lose their job since they can't get to work. What is the extra cost to the state for lost employment, increased unemployment? Today I have Rosemary Shahane, President of the Consumers for Auto Reliability and Safety, to present.
Very good.
Madam Chair and members, we strongly urge your aye vote for this measure, and along with the earlier bill that you heard, Assemblymember Feuer's AB 1447, and Senator Lieu's bill, which would address the lending part of the equation. Together, they would greatly improve protection for consumers buying used cars, and we don't believe that'll have a negative impact, and quite the opposite, because consumers will be able to get a good deal on their cars that are in better condition and be able to get to work and keep their jobs. And we greatly appreciate your aye vote.
Next, please.
Madam Chair, members, I'm Fred Note. We're representing the Silicon Valley Community Foundation in support.
Next, please. Oh, staff? All righty. Any further testimony in favor? Is there more testimony in favor? Is there opposition testimony? Any opposition? Seeing you coming up, sir? Okay. And then we'll hear from Finance.
It's good to be back, Madam Chair, members. Bill Doring, representing
Welcome.
the Independent Automobile Dealers Association. I would agree with the author that I don't think that the sales tax loss is that great. However, without double joining or triple joining Senator Lieu's bill and Mr. Feuer bills in this, these two bills don't say anything about being licensed by the Department of Corporations. So the big cost will be for the dealer. In addition to their $50,000 bond, we'll have to post another $25,000 bond. And the bond is really just like, it's not insurance, so you have to qualify for it just like you qualify for a loan. And most of our dealers now are having a difficult time with the $50,000 bond. So it's not the sales tax that will put us out of business, it'll be the bond that puts us out of business. And we still don't have a real good definition of a buy here, pay here. So the cost that's not in the analysis, there will be a cost when these bills get triple joined, or one of them would be chaptered out. Because without having to pay for the bond to be regulated by corporations and DMV, some of these things aren't so bad. But relative to the value, that's where the car sold, what kind of conditions in, and the Blue Book or the other publications that are mentioned in the analysis aren't always correct, and they have a disclaimer on there too that they're not always correct.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Wieckowski, you want to respond to any of that?
Well, my office has worked with Senator Lieu and Assemblymember Feuer to make sure that we have the exact same definition of buy here, pay here. So we believe it's not necessary to join the bills.
All righty. And what about the chaptering out issue or the?
I think they're in different chapters, is my understanding. They're separate chapters, so
okay.
it's not going to be that problem.
Very good. Then is there any further testimony, pro or con, Seeing none, Finance, do you have a comment?
No position on this from finance. We do know DMV estimates ongoing annual costs of $36,000 for additional time needed
this
to
is
respond to
going to suspense
consumer
too, right?
complaints. Thank you.
Yes, and we see the cost there for the motor vehicle account. This is a candidate for suspense, members. Without objection, then we'll move it to suspense.